Welcome to the Best 5 Minute Wine Podcast with Forrest Kelly.
Welcome to part 3 of our conversation with Sonia Maloney, owner of Santa Maria la Nave winery, boutique winery in Catania, Italy.
Best 5 Minute Wine Podcast.
Now, I read where your mission at Santa Maria la Nave is to protect viticulture on Mount Etna and pass it on to future generations because past generations haven't necessarily kept the integrity of the vines. They've been abandoned and then clearing of the vineyards have done the rest. I see where you've worked with some local farmers and university to make sure that you protect the native vines, and now you've preserved a couple of specific vines. Can you tell me a little bit about that whole process?
On indigenous grape varieties nobody produce. If you remember my passion for the archaeological thing, my work, even in the wine, it's more or less the same because my focus is produce cru and super cru wine from these indigenous Etna grape varieties. The most part of these are pretty extinct. In Don Alfio vineyard, I discovered, as he mentioned to me, in the past, through the centuries, the old farmers selected several varieties from Mount Etna, which arrived to the maturation point at the same time. So you can collect to the same period. And this is special because I found a lot of almost extinct varieties because it was very resistant to Phylloxera, Sumateo, and many others, which I selected and protect thanks to the university to reproduce varietal fields in 100% wine, very limited bottle, 900 bottles, 800 bottles. But the most important thing is keep intact the tradition, bring back to life a wine that doesn't exist now, but in the past, yes. So for me, it's like to discover Tutankhamun tomb in the wine world.
The vineyard looks much different than what we see here in America. I think part of that is because the vineyards are irrigated. None of them are irrigated, are they? You get what comes down from the sky?
Yeah, because Mount Etna is illegal to irrigate the vineyard. For this reason, the roots of the vine go down several meters to take the water, the nutrients, and the minerals to grow up. Of course, if you taste our wines, they are full-bodied, they are completely different. For this reason, of course, the soil, the exposure, the altitude, and one of the most important thing is the organic approach, because I'm very strict in this direction. I want to produce the wine as in the past the ancient farmers did, as Don Alfio taught to me, without pesticides, without chemicals, without makeup. Nothing, just pure fruit juice of grape and very soft vinification process, and that's it. Because the most important work is in the vineyard, and so if you make a nice and a great work in the vineyard with organic approach, respecting the nature, biodynamic approach, the most important part of the work is done.
So when you started cultivating, took possession of the winery, how soon before you released your first bottle to everyone?
When I found the right moment, I started in 2004 to plant Grecanico Dorato grape. But it has been necessary almost 3 years before the vineyard grows a little bit, to collect some grapes. But I take care of the vineyard more or less in 2004. 10 years later, because the husband family, my husband family started to plant in 2004 with Grecanico Dorato grapes, and when I arrived there, and I started to take care of the vineyard after 10 years.
The best 5-minute one podcast.
Don't forget my favorite part.
Please like and follow.